Amber. I'm mum to Morrigan, who just turned 2 last week, and I also set up the website www.nappyfreebaby.co.uk. Go Real have asked me to speak to you today about a subject that's close to my heart, which is the nappy-free method, otherwise known as Elimination Communication, and I'm going to give you a short introduction. Cloth nappies have come a long way today from the old terries and nappy pins that we had a few generations ago. With absorbent bamboo inserts and micro terries and fleece liners and the clever designs that they have with their Velcro and poppers, cloth nappies are actually quite similar to disposables now, except of course in the washing. And that's how we use them almost as like an alternative to disposable nappies. But this isn't the case in other countries, in other societies around the world, and also in our own country and in times gone past. In societies where the disposable nappy is non-existent, cloth is used in a very, very different way to disposable nappies. It's used as a backup. In these societies, wherever and whenever possible, babies are helped to defecate and urinate outside of their nappy. In fact, in lots of societies, they just don't use nappies at all. They just rely on being able to help the baby find a suitable place to go. And in societies where they do use nappies, it's often for a much shorter period of time, perhaps a few weeks or maybe a few months. This seems, I think for people in the West, this seems extraordinary as an idea, that we could help babies communicate about their toileting needs at such a young age. But it is possible. And a movement of parents and families, originally from the States, but now moving across Europe, have termed this method Elimination Communication, normally known as EC. Elimination communication is a version of this ancient skill, with the emphasis on a very gentle, responsive and respectful approach to parenting, respectful relationship between the parents and babies. And how it works is parents tune in to babies to communicate about their toileting needs. It utilises the baby's instinct not to soil or wet themselves. And it may come as a surprise to you that a baby actually has that instinct, but I think most parents have had the experience that their baby urinates when they change their nappy, and actually this is the baby exercising his instinct not to wet himself. So parents who practice EC utilise this instinct to help accustom their baby towards using the potty, and also to practice using their pelvic floor muscles to release their bladder and bowel. When I found out about EC, my daughter was 5 weeks old, and the first time I put her on the potty, she'd been doing quite a bit of grunting, and I didn't know what was wrong. She didn't want any milk, she wouldn't sleep, she was keeping us awake. It was about 6 in the morning. I thought, well, I'll put her on the potty because I've read about these signals. Perhaps that's what it is. So I held her in a position a bit like this. I'll show you. With her head firmly back against my chest to support her head, and holding her legs in a squat position to release the pelvic floor muscles. And I was amazed. At 5 weeks, I held her in this position, and suddenly she did a poo, and she did a wee, and it was as if she'd been waiting for this moment. She'd been doing this grunting and holding on, and she felt she couldn't do a poo lying down flat on her back. Some days we didn't have any messes at all, which was lovely. And as you can imagine, this made a huge difference to our use of cloth nappies. We went from doing a cloth nappy load every other day, which was also, not pleasant work either. This is soaking pooey nappies in nappy bucket, and it was just such a relief to find that we weren't having any pooey nappies at all. But I think what it's hard to explain is that EC is so much more than saving the laundry. it is amazing for cloth nappies, and I can't imagine doing cloth nappies without doing EC. And also it works the other way around. Cloth nappies are amazing for EC. I think it would be very difficult to do EC with disposables because it's hard to maintain the awareness for both parents and babies. But what I want to tell you is that it's just so much more than this. It's really about building this bond, this fantastic bond between parents and babies. It helped us. Before we started doing EC, there were so many times when there was unexplained crying. We couldn't understand what was wrong. But afterwards, it was as if every single cry, we knew what it was about. You know, maybe she was tired, maybe she was hungry, or maybe she had a full bladder or a bowel, and we could help her release and make her comfortable. And that was incredibly empowering for us, and I also think for baby too, because she was able to get that positive feedback over a matter that was really quite important to her. You know, little babies are very inward looking. You know, their bodily functions are very important to them, and it felt very empowering, very natural and right to be able to communicate to her on this very basic level. I think that elimination communication is like other aspects of nurturance, responsive parenting, such as co-sleeping or carrying your baby or breastfeeding, because it really focuses on the baby's needs and on a close relationship, a learning and a communication between baby and parent, which really does help to build that attachment, to build a strong attachment between baby and parent. I think that EC is really on a par with breastfeeding actually as a kind of a wonderful relationship. And what's fantastic about it, of course, is that dads can do it as well. I know my husband really values the EC relationship that he had with Morrigan. So yeah, I hope I've captured your imagination and got you thinking about doing EC. If you'd like to learn more about it, then come and visit our website at www.nappyfreebaby.co.uk, and you can find lots of information there about how to get started and about different groups you can join to help give you support with it.